Liverpool, Napoli, Porto, Club Brugge, Bayern Munich and Inter Milan had all secured their spots in the round of 16, entering their final group match in the UEFA Champions League on this blessed Tuesday. Those teams occupy the top two positions across groups A, B and C. But in Group D, all four teams still had a shot of making the next round, as only 2 points separated leaders Tottenham from bottom-placed Marseille. Sporting and Eintracht Frankfurt both started a point behind Spurs. Let's give you the full results of the games played today, all 8 games. Liverpool found 2 goals to beat Napoli 2-0. Ajax beat Rangers 3-1. Porto, they stopped Atletico Madrid 2-1. No goals between Club Brugge and Leverkusen in Germany. Bayern beat Inter 2-0. Barca beat Victoria Plzeň 4-2. Eintracht Frankfurt beat Sporting Lisbon 2-1, and Marseille beating Spurs beating Marseille 2-1. Perhaps it's what I'm programmed to say. Yeah, Spurs beating Marseille 2-1. It's interesting that that tight Group D was settled by the 2 away teams managing to win on the road. All right, let's take now highlights from our commentary game. Tottenham Hotspur away to Marseille in France.
Defence hasn't kept a clean sheet in 4 games, and it doesn't have a familiar look tonight. Can it keep Marseille at bay?
But that's a huge question on a, really interesting night, isn't it?
This is Arit, and it's a lovely little header. Tavares. Oh, it's a decent effort. Tavares combining with Vertu, looking for Alexis Sanchez. It comes through to Klaus, who's going to hit one. Mbemba. Sanchez dropping deep to pick up the ball. Klaus goes through the middle. It's out to the right, and Mbemba aimed in towards the centre. Comes through to Vertu. Good save by Hugo Lloris, and had to be.
See, even moments like that from a Marseille point of view, they're going for you.
In towards shots. Mbemba! More fireworks from Marseille.
Look at this. Short corner, really good improvisation. And what a header that is from Mbemba. He's unmarked. Tottenham haven't switched on.
That means, as things stand, Sporting will top the group. Unless Kane can get in here. Paul Lopez getting just enough on the ball from that right wing cross. Another opportunity for Spurs to try and create something from a set piece. Perisic aiming towards Clement Longley. And Tottenham's hopes of Champions League progression are alive again. A lot of the second half playing with 10 players in that game. Not the greatest clearance from Perisic, and it comes back the way it came from Ari. Bentancur takes it off Mbemba's toes, and there's loads of space for Lucas Moura to run into. Emerson Royale might be better served getting hold of this. He is looking for Harry Kane, who might profit. A little bit of a spill by Paul Lopez. Those substitutes that Igor Tudor was talking about prior to the start of the game are warming up, and Harry Kane could be onside here. Harry Kane pops it in. The offside flag goes up. The celebrations are muted, but Basuma, Bentancur, tricky feet. Lucas Moura. It's Højbjerg. He's hit the crossbar. Well, there's certainly an intent about Marseille. They want things moving. They want things being shifted quickly. Chengazunda, what a delivery, what a chance, what a miss.
2 at the back post. It's an awful miss, isn't it? I think Lloris might have been, he's in a good start position, isn't he? He's ready to be big, but not to get that even on target. Yeah, I'm as shocked as him.
This will give Spurs another boost. It will be another step in the right direction. They might be able to finish it off here. Højbjerg has been fed by Kane. He has finished it off, and finished it off in style. and Marseille's Champions League hopes have been sunk in their own port, and Spurs are sailing through into the knockout stages.
It's a wonderful strike, isn't it? In off the post. We've already seen him hit the crossbar. But again, when he saw that go in, he looked shocked. So did Harry Kane. Like, finally, we've won this game. That was the last kick of the game. What a moment.
What a moment for Tottenham Hotspur.
Yep, to the Portuguese capital, Lisbon we go, where Sporting entertained Eintracht Frankfurt.
Check that everything is in sync, and the 6th and final match day is underway in Lisbon. First hint of pressure, good save on the line. Desperate defending from Sporting.
Well, yeah, you can see there at the near post, it was beautifully delivered into the box. Really good corner.
It was Paulinho that it came off here. Good save.
Wow, what a good save, yeah.
Marcelo Inacio, this is Pedro Gonçalves, away to the far side. It's a decent looking ball in. And Sporting have got the ball back. It's with Marcus Edwards, and still Edwards, and Jakic comes across. And good chance and a goal.
That's where you want Marcus Edwards in that final third, causing problems, and he just lands.
Pellegrini. Changes coming shortly for the visiting side. Ansgar Knauf is going to come on. They're claiming a handball, and they've got a penalty. It's 1-1. Confidently smacked home by Kamada. Only as far as Ndika. This promises to be a titanic struggle between these two in the closing stages of the game. And Eintracht Frankfurt have turned the match on its head.
And he might just have won this match. Certainly onside from a tight angle, he just decides to give it everything here. Not only does he get the power, but great accuracy into that far corner.
Read carefully here, and it's cleared away. And Ruben Amorim knows the game is almost up. Qualification has slipped through the fingers of Sporting Lisbon's players, and it is another momentous European night for Eintracht Frankfurt.
Yeah, so this is what Group D finished up looking like. Spurs winning 11 points, Frankfurt second on 10. Sporting will play in the Europa League with their 7 points, and Marseille, the 6 points they gained, only good enough for last place in the league. Yeah, so that's the story. Now being joined by former TNT international Brent Sancho to talk about today's games. Good afternoon, Brent.
Good afternoon, George, Marion Lance, and of course all your viewers.
Yeah, we spoke about it on the Champions League preview show today, how Spurs had given their opponents the lead 8 times in their last 11 games, but that they were a second half team, and they decided to use the same script today.
Yeah, it's a dangerous script, but I'm not sure myself, if I'm a Spurs fan or player or manager, for that fact, if I'd like that script, because it was very close, very tight. As you rightfully said, it's something that has crept into Spurs' game. They seem to like to soak up pressure. Sometimes that pressure sees them going down 1 goal, and then they fight to get back in it. It was a very, very much end-to-end football game today. I think, of course, Marseille created enough chances, especially that last chance at the end to win a football game, but so did Spurs. Højbjerg hitting out the crossbar, and other chances, Harry Kane having one as well. But moving forward into the knockout stages, I don't think Spurs can play that way, guys. They will have to fix things and of course, try to start better than they've been starting of late.
One of the biggest moments of the game, Brent, that miss at the end by Sead Kolasinac. He had the whole goal to aim for. He decided to narrow his aim down to the near post, and you could see that he wanted to head it down so that with the goalkeeper's dive, the ball would bounce over the goalkeeper. Technically, he did the right thing, but also technically he did the wrong thing. But with the whole goal to aim for, Brent, I still can't believe that he missed this.
As a former Arsenal man, he missed one to get one up on of course his nemesis Spurs. I think he headed like a defender trying to head on goal. It looked almost like he closed his eyes. You're right. He wanted to head it down into the ground, which is the right technique, which is what you want to do, but he used the wrong part of his head. What was remarkable about it, George, is the amount of time and space he had. He could have easily picked his corner. He looked almost like he panicked. And I don't think you would ever get a better chance than that to become a hero in football, because certainly that goal would have meant Marseille would have gone through to the round of 16.
Yep. In the end, do you think right result?
I think in the balance of play, yeah, especially with the chances that Spurs created, and we have to put things in context. As I said, they enjoy sitting back a bit and playing on the counter. Marseille did create a lot of chances, but so did Spurs. As I said, Odegaard hit the crossbar, and Harry Kane had his opportunity. I thought Harry Kane was outstanding today, George. It's been a while since I've seen that sort of performance by him. It must be added, of course, he didn't have Son to soldier with him, but I thought he took a lot of the responsibility of the offensive responsibility, and he of course led the line well.
Yeah, and speaking about responsibility, the players were left without Antonio Conte, no Antonio Conte. And I know you said a lot of things need to change moving forward. Antonio Conte would have to be able to calm himself.
I don't think we will ever see Antonio Conte calm himself. I followed him as a footballer and as a manager. He has the same fiery personality. Of course, he tried to keep things within the context of the game, within the contents of the game, and he's not able to. I think they did miss him, Mariah. Especially the type of energy he brings to the sideline. I would imagine, albeit of course they played better in the second half, they missed that spark that he creates. He obviously is always chewing in the players' ears, and I think they missed that because they were very lethargic in their play in the first half, and even some of their play in the second half. I felt they, of course, made a couple of missteps, but give them credit. They were down 1-0 in a very hostile environment, and they were able to come away 2-1 victors.
Well, Brian, for a second I felt as if they did miss it, because when we were watching the match, he appeared to be almost on the field with the players.
Yeah, look, I think from a Spurs perspective, it could have very easily been Marseille going through, of course, to the round of 16. And as I said, I'm just concerned. We saw it against Bournemouth in the weekend in the EPL when they went 2 goals down. We saw it again today. And when you come up against very, very good opposition, which they would see in the round of 16, you can't do that, because before you know it, you'll be out of the football game. You wouldn't have a chance to come back into it. So how do they adjust? I think they have to start better. They have to try to play on the front foot. No one can tell me tactically that you want to start off defending that deep. That's criminal. I don't think a coach of Conte's quality would want that. It's something within the players that they have to, of course, do better with.
And to wrap the Spurs discussion, Brent, solid performance too from Perisic, the Croatian for Tottenham today, standing up well, having lost Son early in the piece.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of question marks, Lance, around his performances since he's joined Spurs, and the quality that he had at Inter and what he presented. He just hasn't brought that over yet to Spurs. I think this would do him a world of good. He worked very hard defensively. That must be noted. He tracked him ever so well, and then when he was asked to move forward, he was always a willing runner. So you have to give him a lot of credit for this side of performance if he of course put it up against what we've seen so far since he's joined Tottenham.
Yeah, lastly, Bernd, we have about a minute or minute and a half. We've spoken about the danger posed by Benfica going through to the second round. We've also spoken about the danger posed by Napoli, even though they lost to Liverpool today, with their job well and truly done. Of all the teams you've seen so far in the group stages of the Champions League this season, which of the, I don't want to say lesser lights, but apart from the usual suspects, PSG, Man City, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, those 5, which other team has really impressed you in this group stage so far?
I like Club Brugge. I like Benfica. Benfica for me has been tough. What I like about Benfica, they're very comfortable in their skin. They know their strengths very, very well. And they seem to not be overawed by a quote-unquote big team in the tournament. When you have a team like that, and again, they do have some, of course, experience in going deep in the competition as well, as you know, the club, Benfica does. So they present a real danger for any team that, of course, chooses them in the round of 16.
Yeah, and the reason I said group stage so far because there are 8 more games to be played on Wednesday. Thank you for your time, Brent. All the best to you. We will talk again on Wednesday as we preview the games, the big games that we'll be carrying on your Home of Champions.
Take care, guys.
Good. Break time here on the SportsMax. We're back with more after these.